All right, so for section 3.4, we're looking at a 5-number summary in a box plot. So we've actually already done the 5-number summary. We just haven't actually screamed and said, hey, this is a 5-number summary. All right, so the first number of the 5 is going to be the smallest number. Okay, the biggest number is going to be the 5th number. Okay, so this is number 1 of your 5-number summary. This is number 5 of your 5-number summary. The ones in between are the ones that make up kind of like your interquartile range. So this is going to be Q1, okay, which is your 25th percentile. This is going to be Q2, which is your median, okay, it's a 50% point. And this is going to be Q3, which is your 75th percentile. So we did those back in 3.2, I think. And I mentioned what the range was. The range was the smallest minus the largest minus the smallest. And then we found the 25th percentile, which was quartile 1, and the 75th percentile, which was quartile 3. And just know that your median is your Q2, which is your median. Okay, so you don't have a second quartile, you have a median. It's the same thing. So that's your 5-number summary. Now what we can do with that information is make a picture, and it's called a box plot. So what we're going to do is just kind of sort of draw a line here, and then the box part of the box plot, the left part is going to be your value for Q1. Okay. The right part is going to be the value that you get for Q3. And then the middle part, you're going to have this slash that seems kind of sort of in the middle somewhere. That's going to be the median. Okay. So in this case, my data is more spread out. In this case, my data is more compact. Okay. So this is your median, or this is Q2. Okay. Now what you want to look at is, instead of reporting the smallest number and the largest number, we're actually going to refer back to this. Okay, so what I want to do is take not just the Q1 minus part, but I want to take 1.5 times actually you can look at it that way now that I'm thinking about it. This bar over here is going to be this portion. Take Q1 minus 1.5 times the interquartile range. Okay, this one over here is going to be the quadrant 3 plus 1.5 times the interquartile range. So this right here makes this really pretty picture, and it's a box plot, and it kind of looks at a histogram. And work with me here just a little bit. Instead of looking at a histogram head on, you're kind of looking at it top down. Okay, so let me drag this big book over here again. Okay, so when I look at a histogram, which is what I had here, where's my histogram? I've lost the histograms. There they are. Okay, if I look down on this thing, okay, I'm going to have a lot of my data here is in the middle, and then I'm going to have a large width here. So if you're looking down on it, you're kind of sort of plotting out what it would look like looking from above, like a bird's eye view. That's the way I like to think of it, okay? So you'll still be able to see the skewness and that type of thing. Now, once you've got your box plot done, you can actually compare box plots and see what's happening. So let's put two more concepts together. This was also a method for determining outliers. Okay, so if I've got a piece of data that's over here, I'm going to use little stars to say, hey, this is outside of this nice little compact box plot I've got. So we're going to consider these outliers. Now, what does that look like? Because I'm drawing pictures and they're kind of hard to see. So I want to show you what I'm actually talking about. So if I look at this picture, which was conveniently drawn for me, I can look and I can compare things if I do box plots on the same axes. Okay, so this would be the lower level where that thing stops. You could have a horizontal line, and that would be your lower limit that was created using this little thing right here. Okay, you could have an upper limit, and you can have a little horizontal line that goes across here. But now I've got some quick information that I can see. I've got outliers in 3 different areas. So if you look at the accounting, so looking at accounting, okay, these people, I've got outliers. These people are making close to $8,000 a month. Okay, where do they work? So these are things that you want to look at. But the median is 6,000. This has a lesser median. This has about the same. These are lower, these are lower. So you can kind of compare rapidly what's going on just by comparing your box plots. So the box plots are already going to be made for you. You just have to know what they mean. Okay. And depending on the publisher, you would actually have a line here for your upper limit and a line here for your lower limit. And anything above that line or below those lines would be considered outliers. Okay, so this section really is pretty dang straightforward. I mean, you've already done all of it for it. Now you're just taking that 5-number summary and putting it in a box plot. So that is section 3.4.